What is up, guys? This is time to wrestle with Suplexus. I'm Suplexus. I'm gonna make sure I could hear the thing that I'm saying right now because the audio has to work. What is up, guys? This is time to. Okay, I can confirm the audio is on. So I'm just gonna let some people know that I'm streaming. 1 second. So as you can see, this video is talking about Roman Reigns' title reign. Okay, 1 sec. Here we go. Let's get started with this. So, the Reign of Reigns. I thought that was a clever name because Roman Reigns, and it's a WWE booking video. So let me just hit you with a little flashback. August 31st, 2022, Roman Reigns won the Universal title. I thought it was transitional. I thought he'd lose in 2 months. And then he beat his cousin, and basically his cousin is his henchman now because they had a Hell in a Cell match, and he said I quit reluctantly because Roman was kicking the shit out of his other cousin, and the cousin he's wrestling his brother. So he was like, okay, I'll be with you. And now he's with them ever since. And yep, I was like, okay, he's gonna lose it in November. He held it in November, and I was like, okay, he'll lose it like January. Holds it past January. I'm like, holy crap. It's WrestleMania, all the good guys win, right? Roman Reigns wins. Then it's like, okay, he's fighting Edge. He's in a one-on-one match. Fans are back. He wins. He's fighting John Cena. He bloody wins. Now he's held the title for like 380 days or something like that. So that is what previously happened. And now I'm gonna do how I would book the rest of his title reign. Boom. So this match is already announced. We are having the Demon King Finn Balor versus the champion Roman Reigns. And to me, this match, it's gonna have a messed up finish. I don't like those, but it is. Because the Demon King, he's only lost once. And this is like his first pay per view match on the main roster since SummerSlam 2019, August 2019. So, yeah. And Roman Reigns, he's held the belt for so long. They're barely hyping this match up. There's another match after this that they're hyping up a lot. So I'm gonna say somehow, some way, Roman Reigns retains the title, wins the match. Yup. And I don't like it. It's not that I don't like Roman winning. It's that I don't like Finn Balor losing as the Demon King, basically. Yeah, so it'll be like that messed up finish, screw finish. Roman wins. And then he moves on to, they've been hyping this up since SummerSlam after Roman beat Cena, Brock Lesnar came out. And then we get the fifth match between Brock and Roman. And hmm, this this is the toughest Roman Reigns match to pick. The winner of since he won the title. But I gotta go with Roman Reigns. Here's why. Brock Lesnar is the hero going into this. I I cannot imagine a good guy Brock Lesnar is champion nowadays, like a part timer like Brock. I can't imagine that. And Roman's held the title for like at this point might be 400 over 400 days. Yeah, it's gonna be over 400 days. Roman's gonna win. He's gotta win. Cause if they have a change at Saudi Arabia, like with all the like that'd be an interesting move. Cause the more hardcore fans are over here than they do it over there. And then they had like flight issues the last time. And I mean, what am I saying? They've had two title changes. I just think Roman's gonna win. He's gonna beat Brock fair and square, I think, just like John Cena, and then he'll move on to the next story. And I will give you some background information. There are two guys named Seth Rollins and Edge. They're in a blood feud. Like the Seth Rollins guy, he's telling Edge he's gonna go to his house and like play with his children and shit. Like it's really messed up. Edge beat Rollins once, and then Rollins like super kicked him in the face like 10 times. Then curb stomped him, and he won. So I think Seth wants his title match since July. Actually, no, since May he's wanted a title match. Edge got screwed over by Seth in his last match. So, Survivor Series, November, Chainsaw Massacre, even though there's a sword. It's gonna be Roman versus Rollins versus Edge for the Universal title. I think this would be one hell of a triple threat match. Because we had Edge versus Roman versus Bryan. That's probably my top 5 WrestleMania main events ever. Like, honestly. And this match, it doesn't have the pressure of WrestleMania. They could just go on and put on a banger. Like, I think this, if it happens, it could be match of the year candidate. Same with the Lesnar match. This, you have, you have a guy who beat leukemia. You have like Seth Rollins, probably one of the best guys in the world at wrestling, best wrestlers in the world. Like he could do storytelling, he could do wrestling. Like damn. Then you have Edge, triple fusion neck surgery. What the hell? Like this is meant to be to me. Like I've heard people say 3 ways. They don't get time to fight properly. True, but like it's right there. It has to happen. And I'm gonna say for this, Roman Reigns is gonna pin Edge. Now Edge is probably my favorite guy there, but Roman Reigns has to win, and Seth hasn't won one-on-one with Roman, and because of this result, it leads to the next match. Seth Rollins didn't get pinned, so he wants Roman Reigns. It's tables, ladders, and chairs, so they're gonna have a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Simple as that. And for this match, it's gonna the whole build is gonna be both of them being complete assholes. Like, just like picking on each other. Seth brings up his leukemia. Roman brings up like Dean Ambrose leaving WWE. Like, they're just complete assholes. Like, Seth does the same thing, like bring up his wife and stuff. Like, just do that. We've never had a Roman Reigns. It's always Roman Reigns versus like a babyface, and they're chasing the belt. Like, we'll have we have this be the story for like one pay per view, but still, like everybody wants to see this match. They foreshadowed it in May. They had a face off at the end of the May pay per view. They still haven't fought. You gotta do it eventually this year. And for this, I'm gonna go a bit more in depth because it carries on. So, they're having the match. Seth Rollins. I don't know how the hell you do it. You have like you have them at the top of the ladder. Roman's about to get it. Seth slams his face in and like jumps up or something and curb stomps him. Roman falls off. But then the Usos beat him up. And Roman Reigns gets the belt after recovering. The Usos, all them. Paul Heyman hopes. And then after the match, Roman like pummels the living shit out of him. Like Seth's whole face is like bloody. And like he kayfabe breaks his neck, like he puts his neck in between a chair, he stomps on it. I don't know, he crushes a ladder on him. He and then because of that, Seth becomes a babyface. Just want to say for non-WWE watchers, babyface is a good person, heel is a bad person. Yep. So he becomes a babyface like that. So next few weeks, Roman is just rolling the roost. He's like, I held the title from January 1st to December 31st this year. Like, I'm untouchable. And I'm probably like a 500-day champion right now. But then, Roman Reigns, he has, I gotta put him in an important match. Let's do this. New Year's edition of SmackDown. Brock comes back. He's back. This will actually matter, so this is a good idea. Roman fights Brock in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Whoever gets the most pins comes down to the end, but Roman sneaks away with it because of like a draw. Or like, yeah, a draw. Yep. And then he's like, I beat you. You can't get another one-on-one shot. That's the stipulation we signed. Nobody else could. And Seth Rollins' music plays. But now he's like a face. Because like he got beaten the shit out of. And then he beats up all the family members. And then last year, I liked this. They had a Royal Rumble comic book themed. So like basically Roman Reigns, he has like the Superman punch. He's Superman, and Seth just seems like Doctor Strange. And they have one last match. No stipulations, just a one-on-one. If you've seen their Money in the Bank match, this will be like that, but elevated to the max. Because Seth Rollins was the heel back then, Roman was the babyface, and now it's flipped around. How it should be. So they steal the show. They have like a match of the year candidate, but in the end, Roman Reigns retains again. And now is the point where the announcers are like, nobody could beat Roman Reigns. Like he's never gonna lose the title. We sent everybody at him. He's not gonna. So after this match, hard fought match, Roman wins. On SmackDown, Adam Pearce, the general manager, comes out. He's at. I'll make him the GM. He is the GM. Let's be honest. He just isn't like. He doesn't have the title given by WWE, but he books all the matches. So like, why not? He says, Roman, you've done all these things. You've beaten John Cena, you've beaten Brock, you've beaten Rollins, you've beaten Kevin Owens, you've beaten Daniel Bryan, you've beaten Edge. I could go so far, but what happens when the ghost from the past comes back to haunt you? I'm gonna have you defend the title in a six-person elimination chamber match. They're surrounded by the steel. They come out at 1 minute intervals. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins start the match. Now, I'm going to book this whole match on the spot. I know who the winner is. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins start the match. They just go at it. It has Royal Rumble 2.0, TLC 3.0 written all over it. And then the next entrant is Jey Uso, Roman Reigns' cousin, the guy I talked about in the beginning for non-wrestling fans, who Roman's cousin, who he beat in the I Quit match, and now he's like his you know what. So he comes out. They double team Seth Rollins. And then AJ Styles comes out. He's a heel right now. He's gonna I won't say anything until when it's time. He comes out. They're all beating up on Seth Rollins like a bunch of hyenas, man. And then next, Edge comes out. But this man's conflicted because he had that blood feud with Seth Rollins, but he also hates Roman Reigns. So he looks at them both. He looks at Jay, Seth, and Roman, and then he takes all of it out on AJ. So AJ, he takes all of it out, and he eliminates AJ. AJ Styles is eliminated. So now it's like 2-on-1, but kind of not. Edge is there. But then the final entrant comes out. Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns is like, oh shit. Cause even though they fought in Crown Jewel, that SmackDown match, the 30-minute draw, Brock Lesnar frickin' eats Roman Reigns. He gives him like 15 suplexes. He beats up Jey Uso. He eliminates Jey Uso because Jey Uso takes the bullet for his older cousin. And now it's down to four. These four guys going after the Universal title. Basically, Brock Lesnar tears through everybody, but Roman Reigns hits him with a spear. He goes for the cover. 1, 2, kick out. And then Edge and Seth get to their feet. Edge, Seth, and Roman. They're on one side of the chamber, Brock's on the other. And then they just look at each other and nod, because they hate each other's guts. Like, for the past three pay-per-views before this, they've just been fighting each other. But they go after Lesnar, so this is how I'm gonna do it. Roman Reigns, his special move is spear. Edge is a spear. Seth is a curb stomp. So Brock comes in, Edge and Roman hit a double spear on him. And then he falls down. He looks all wonky. Seth hits a curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. Brock is eliminated. Holy shit! It took it took three finishers to take him out. My God. Now we're down to Survivor Series. We got Edge. We got Roman. We got Rollins. And now it's time. So, to start, Edge and Roman still hate Ron, so they go for a double spear again. Seth catches them in a double DDT, covers both them, but they kick out. So now Seth, he's gonna go for something big. But so he goes for a frog splash off the pod. Roman catches him with the spear. And then Roman Reigns pins Seth Rollins. Now it's down to Roman and Edge. Shades of Money in the Bank this year. Except Rollins screwed Edge over back then. So now it's time for that. But wait a minute. AJ Styles snuck back in. He beats the hell out of both of them. Surprise attacks them. So He Styles clashes Edge because he's pissed off, but he dislikes Roman more. So he beats the shit out of Roman. And then he phenomenal forearms Roman. I don't know. I want to do a weird finish. The whole match, I was thinking about it. This is it. He's pissed. He Styles clashes Edge. Edge is on the ground. He hits Roman with a forearm from the springboard, so he's like here. He jumps forearm. Roman falls on Edge. 1, 2, 3. Roman wins. And AJ did all the work. Roman just happened to like fall back on Edge and pin him. And now this doesn't, well, it kind of matters to the video, I guess. Edge gets super pissed at AJ Styles, and they have a match at WrestleMania. Edge wins, and then the handshake. Background information. So, anyways, who needs that information? We got the next match, The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Once in a lifetime at WrestleMania for the Universal title. This is probably the biggest match of Roman Reigns' career. Ever since he got into the business, he was always like, I'm gonna fight The Rock. I'm gonna fight The Rock. That's who I'm gonna fight. And now he gets his chance. So basically, the story to me is pretty easy. Roman Reigns, he's controlled his cousins, also The Rock's cousins, and Roman is calling himself basically the tribal chief. Cause like Samoa tribe, that stuff. And The Rock comes back, he's like, Rock impersonation. I'm gonna whoop your candy ass at WrestleMania, you little jabroni. I'm gonna give you a big fat bowl of Kung Pao chicken, you fruity pebble looking ass. Okay, there we go. That's it. So, they got the match. Now, it's The Rock. It doesn't matter how big Roman Reigns is. The Rock's gotta win this. And he does! Thank you for watching, but now it's time to get into The Rock's title reign. 3, 2, 1. I fooled you. Roman Reigns is gonna beat The Rock. Roman Reigns is gonna beat him because The Rock is a part-timer. The last time he wrestled was in 2013. He doesn't have time to be a world champion. He's gonna want to put over the new guy, his blood brother, blood cousin, like that type of thing. So Roman Reigns is gonna win. Yeah, simple as that. And now Roman Reigns. Let's run down who's beaten this reign. He's beaten his cousin. He's beaten Drew McIntyre. He's beaten Kevin Owens. He's beaten Edge and Daniel Bryan. He's beaten Cesaro. He's beaten Rey Mysterio. He's beaten John Cena. He's beaten Finn Balor, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins. Like, all these dudes in the chamber. But who's next? AJ Styles. Now, I do not forget. Well, duh, I booked this video, but slight detail. Edge was AJ was never trying to make Edge lose. That just happened to occur. And he was like, okay, whatever. He did one move to Edge. He did a special move. Because he didn't want Edge to beat him up. Because Edge would have wanted to win fair and square. But then he beat up Roman. And Edge beat him in a respectable match. He shook his hand. Roman Reigns is the SmackDown champion. We're gonna send Edge off to Raw to win that title. So now we have a 6-year in the making match. Last time they fought was May of 2016. One hell of a match, I gotta say. Probably my top 5 Roman Reigns matches. I've said that a lot. But honestly, top 10 actually. Yeah, top 10. But now we got the rematch. Roman Reigns is the heel champion. He's held the belt since. Now it's probably wait, wait, might be 600 days. Damn. Yeah, 600 days. AJ Styles, he is on his last run. His contract is gonna come up around this time. Will he resign? Maybe. This goes for 30 minutes. Or 20 minutes. 20 minutes. They just go back and forth for the whole time. AJ's doing his flippy shit. Roman's doing his power move. In the end, Roman Reigns wins by kicking him below the belt, and then putting him in the guillotine chokehold. That leads me to this match. Most emotional match of this video, probably. AJ said, I'll do anything to get that match. I know it's hard to get a second match with a guy like you, 'cause you've beaten The Rock. Your prestige level is beyond my imagination. But I want a second match. Roman disagrees. AJ wins a bunch of matches. He still disagrees. And then AJ's like, fine. You want me to put something on the line? How about 1 year? Roman says no. How about 2 years? Roman says no. I'll take. I won't wrestle for 10 years. Roman still says no. AJ's like, you know what? Screw this. I'm putting my career on the line. I will never be in this company again, let alone wrestle. I won't be here. You won't see me. And then we get to Unforgiven. We have AJ Styles, the hero from Georgia, the 45-year-old who wants one last run, this one last sniff of a world title. Then we have Roman Reigns, the guy who's held the belt for probably 700 days or so. In a Hell in a Cell match. This is the most painful thing for me to do. But the reason I'm putting his career on the line, AJ's contract's coming up like next summer. The truth is, Roman is gonna win this because AJ's contract's coming up. He's gonna go to the other promotion, AEW, with all his bros from Japan. And Roman Reigns, he's done so much. And adding this would make it probably the best world title reign ever. Period. In a Hell in a Cell match. They're on the cell, on the top, at the end. Roman Reigns spears the guy off the cell. Off the top of the cell. They come flying down like 15 feet or whatever it is. Thrown down stable, probably with an airbag. Must have an airbag. Roman chucks him in the ring, spears him one last time. 1, 2, 3. And this match, I'm gonna have it go for 30 minutes. Drag it out. It deserves it. And now, on the next night, Friday Night SmackDown after that, Big E has Money in the Bank. Roman Reigns competes in a tag match. Big E cashes it in, but Roman just clocks him with the chair. And he's like, I'm the tribal chief. I run everything. I'm not giving you a match after I just went through hell. I I'm I'll tell you what. I'll give you a match at Money in the Bank. That's how it gets set up. Roman makes Biggie lose. Biggie had the title when one of his cousins just smacked him with the chair. And then it was a DQ. But now it's time. Biggie versus Roman. Biggie, everybody said he's that one guy. The guy that's gonna take down Roman Reigns. Guy that's gonna take down Roman Reigns. Jey Uso again, he makes him lose. Yup. And then Big E's destroyed. And then he gets shipped to Raw. They take him to Raw, and he wins the WWE title from Edge at SummerSlam. But that's not what matters right now. What matters right now is the biggest told story. August 31st, 2022, exactly 2 years after Roman Reigns won the title. He's fighting Jey Uso for the championship. Jey Uso snaps out of it. He's like, no, I am not going to do this anymore. I want that title. All I've ever wanted was to be world champion. I got two opportunities. The first time, you beat me physically. The second time, you beat me mentally and emotionally by bringing my brother to this. And now you have my brother between your grasp. I have been a slave to you, a slave like person to you, since October of 2020. But now I've had enough. It's my time. You've taken out the rock. You've taken out the only hope of bringing us back together. That's all I wanted. That's why I came in. That's why I came into the family almost 2 years ago. I wanted to be back. I wanted to bring us together. You're going down a dark path, man. But I couldn't save you from it. And I had no choice but to follow according to your lead. And that's led you to greatness. Hell, that's led you to a 2 year long title reign. But the only thing it led me to was being a pushover, being beaten by every opponent of yours, with you watching on, grasping onto your title. Whenever I see that title, I always think of an asshole that I'm bowing down to, that I have no choice but to accept. But I've had enough. You don't deserve longer than 2 years. You've held the title for 730 days. Now, I'm gonna take the title that you like so much on the exact hour from when you won it from when you won it 2 years ago. I'm Jey Uso. I'm the man who's gonna kick your ass. And so he does. In front of a Canadian audience, please. I want to see Roman Reigns lose the belt to Jey Uso. A Canadian audience in Toronto, probably. Jey Uso kicks him in the face, goes on the top rope, does a splash. 1, 2, 3. We have a new world champion. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. This has been Suplexus, and this is